the commissioner and his lieutenants and the owners don't realize at this point that they have a problem on their hands. You know, that's like the first step of a 12-step program. The first, you got to admit you got a problem. The NFL definitely has a problem. Fans are now so fixated on the officials that nothing short of the regular officials is going to placate them. And you know, the real question in the back of my mind is, will even that do it now? Because the NFL's been so insistent on following fans' desire to get every play perfect, so that the replay has gotten better and better and better and better. We're going to get into a situation eventually where we're going to be reviewing every call for, you know, days afterwards because the technology is so good. I think we're almost at that point right now, quite frankly. If you watched the end of that game last night, it was absolutely nuts. No one knew how to react. The Packers didn't know whether they were supposed to be celebrating or the Seahawks were celebrating. Well, they did after a preliminary signal, and then everybody wandered around. You know, that scene at the end of the game where the Packers went back into that bucket to grab their helmets out, and guys weren't sure which helmet was there because they figured they were done, was kind of another perfect tableau for this season. You know, by and large, they seem to be stuck over about a $3 million a year difference in the league's payments to the pension plans. They want the refs to convert to a 401k retirement plan like everybody else in the league. And yet, at $3 million a year, that's roughly, I believe, about 0.1%. If the league can't see the damage that it's doing, $3 million isn't going to even begin to recover the number of how much ill will they're building up with some fans. If I'm Commissioner Roger Goodell, I pick up the telephone, I call the referees union, I go, we sit down and I'd say, let's get this thing settled. You know, you're not talking about a sum of money that's going to break either side. If there is one thing on his side that he needs to have, you know, this is compromising is something that everybody does their entire life. If I'm the commissioner, I get the one thing I got to have. If I'm the union, I'd set up my number one priority. I think you end up giving each other those two things, and everything else should be able to work itself out.